is TOS TV, your digital first Pan-African news network. I am Musa Isesele, and this is TOS News Update. Vaccination against the spread of coronavirus disease would be made compulsory for all citizens when the vaccines arrive in the country, the Presidential Task Force (PTF) on COVID-19 has said. It warned that those who refuse to get vaccinated may not be able to travel abroad, even on pilgrimage to Holy Lands. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, and Chairman of the PTF, Boss Mustafa, disclosed this while commissioning the State House Clinic Special Care Center, COVID-19 Isolation Center. Mustafa also said the Muhammadu Buhari-led administration was using the opportunity provided by the outbreak of the disease to address the entire lacuna inherent in the nation's health infrastructure. The SGF will disclose plans to establish a COVID-19 testing laboratory in the State House Clinic, commended the President for approving resources for new health infrastructure. The Nigerian Army has called on members of the public to ignore a report by a coalition that it conducted secret trials and executed 6 soldiers of Igbo extraction. The news agency of Nigeria reports that a group which identified itself as a coalition of rights activists and scholars made the allegation in a press statement. The Nigerian Army made a call on its social media handle, tagged the allegation as false, fake news, and malicious. Also, a coalition of youth groups in Nigeria has dismissed the allegation of secret trial and execution of 6 soldiers of Igbo extraction against the Nigerian Army by a certain coalition on Tuesday. The youth called on the Nigerian Army to consider legal action against the purveyor of the fake news to serve as a deterrent to other hired mischievous propagandists who are all out for the highest bidders. Akwa Ibom State government has expressed worries over the spate of communal crisis across the state, warning that the government would take over such disputed lands to put a stop to further destruction and use such for development. Deputy Governor Moses Ekpo, who made this known, also described the clashes as both unwarranted and criminal. Ekpo gave the warning during a meeting held at his instance over the boundary dispute between Uko Akwan Ewang and Uko Ntige Uda villages in Umbo local government area at Government House, Uyo. He expressed displeasure over the recent crisis in parts of Umbo, which he acknowledged had claimed innocent lives and properties. A situation, he said, could have been averted if both parties had followed the path of peace and caution. The deputy governor, who assured Umbo people of the readiness of the state government to push through with the Ibom Deep Seaport project, stressed that with the recent approval by the federal government, it would be counterproductive if Umbo, which he described as the bridgehead and fulcrum of development, was insecure for investment. You are watching TOS News Update on your digital first Pan-African news network. Still ahead is business and sports. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. Now in business, the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, NESG, has stated that the federal government needs to prioritize the promotion of non-oil revenue to maximize the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFC-FTA agreement. The NESG also added that the Nigerian economy will rebound by 7.5% by 2025 and expects the Nigerian economy to exit recession with a growth rate of 2.9%. This was disclosed by the chairman of the group, Aswe Igodalo, during the virtual launch of the NESG report titled NESG Macroeconomic Outlook 2021 on Wednesday. The NESG boss warned that Nigeria cannot approach the agreement casually, as doing so will lead to job losses and called for a focus on the non-oil economy. The Democratic Republic of Congo's parliament is set to vote a new speaker on Wednesday. The vote is expected to confirm the shift of power in favor of President Felix Tshisekedi in his power struggle with his predecessor Joseph Kabila. President Tshisekedi's newly acquired majority, composed of 391 members of parliament out of 500, has lined up candidates for the top positions in parliament. The new speaker will replace Jeanine Mabunda, a Kabila ally who was voted out on 10th December. The vote on the speaker and members of his office will expedite the appointment of a new prime minister, the president's allies say. President Joe Biden signed a second spate of orders to undo his predecessor's immigration policies, demonstrating the powers of the White House and its limitations without support from Congress. Its orders on family separation, border security, and legal immigration bring to 9 the number of executive actions on immigration during its first 2 weeks in office. With proposed legislation to give legal status, a path to citizenship to all of the estimated 11 million people in the country who don't have it, Biden has quickly taken aim at many of former President Donald Trump's sweeping changes to deter immigration, both legal and illegal. Biden receded some Trump actions and laid a foundation for more far-reaching repeals depending on the outcome of policy reviews over the next few months. "I'm not making new law, I'm eliminating bad policy," he said during a signing ceremony Tuesday. The review will address the possibility of legal status in the United States for separated families and providing mental health services. And now in sports, a coalition of campaign groups issued an open letter Wednesday calling on world leaders to boycott the Beijing 2022 Winter Olympics over China's rights record. The games are scheduled to begin on February 4th next year, 2022, just 6 months after the delayed summer Tokyo Olympics, but preparations have been overshadowed by the coronavirus pandemic. China also facing global scrutiny over a range of issues, notably the mass internment of Uyghur Muslims in the western region of Xinjiang and its clampdown in Hong Kong. About 180 campaign groups signed the open letter, which called on world leaders to boycott the Beijing Winter Games to ensure they are not used to embolden the Chinese government's appalling rights abuses and crack down on dissent. The coalition said that since Beijing was awarded the Games in 2015, President Xi Jinping has unleashed an unrelenting crackdown on basic freedom and human rights. Rights groups believe that at least 1 million Uyghurs and other Turkic-speaking Muslim minorities are incarcerated in camps in Xinjiang. And that is TOS News Update on your digital-first Pan-African News Network. For more updates, visit www.tostvnetwork.com. Do follow and like TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS TV Network. I was Azeh Isesele. Thanks for watching.